What's going on, guys? This is Brian from Quantum Motorworks, bringing you another members only video today. Right here in front of us we have a 99 through 2006 Yamaha TTR-250. Check it out on the rear fender. This is a pretty cool trail bike right here, gets the job done. It's kind of comparable to like a Honda XR-250 or an XR-200 or 400. So customer complaint on this one right here is basically bike doesn't want to start. He said he put a new carburetor on it, and from initial inspection it looks like it is a new carburetor. So it looks like a new aftermarket carburetor. I looked it up in the parts manual, and just from kind of eyeballing it, it does look like it is the same one, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll just show you guys right now. Try to start her up, have the choke on, fuel's on reserve position, and doesn't want to fire up. So key on. Nothing. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is pull off the air filter. We're going to spray some starter fluid inside and see if we can get it to go. So this fender right here pulls down from the bottom. Just kind of pull that off. And that gives you access to the air box right here. And this one's easy, no hardware. Just has these D-rings here. Turn them 90 degrees, or 45 degrees, 90 degrees to the left. And that gives you access to your air filter. And then we're just going to go ahead and remove this. Now, customer didn't ask for diagnostics. He just asked for carburetor adjustments, saying that it was idling high. So we're going to see what happens. Air filter looks nice. Just going to go ahead and spray a little bit of starter fluid. See what it does. And it kind of dies out. So definitely want to start on the carburetor, on the starter fluid. Maybe if we go ahead and take a look at that carburetor, maybe we can pull out the jets and see what's going on. So first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and drain the float bowl of the carburetor here. It's gonna be a Phillips on mine. So go ahead and just take our Phillips screwdriver. Go ahead and crack that loose, and you want to also shut off your fuel valve. Alright. And it doesn't look like there's very much fuel going into it. Interesting. Is it clogged up? So we're going to go ahead and pull off one of the fuel lines, and let's just see if any fuel's coming out. Okay. So fuel comes out in the, that's weird, in the reserve position no fuel comes out, but in the on position fuel comes on. Very interesting. Okay. So that kind of tells me there's already a problem right there. So put the fuel into the on position. I would imagine fuel should be coming out of here by now. No fuel. Is the float stuck? That's my next question. Not that I can tell. This fuel smells really bad though. Alright, go ahead and put the fuel valve on off. Just going to go ahead and loosen up these clamps here on the carburetor. This is another one kind of tucked in back here, kind of hard to see, hidden behind some of these vent hoses. And we don't need to unscrew them all the way, just a little bit, and let's see if we can actually turn this thing over. It feels like it's kind of loose in there. Okay guys, so to make this a little easier to get access to the carburetor, we're going to go ahead and pull the seat and the fuel tank. To get the seat off, these screws are located on the underside. Alright, seat comes off, and then that gives us access to our fuel tank. So we already have the line disconnected. Go ahead and pull up on this rubber tank strap here. Go ahead and just let that hang. And then there's two 10mm bolts, one on each side of the gas tank. Okay, so that gives us a little bit more access here to the carburetor. Hopefully we won't have to remove this cylinder head bracket right here. Maybe we can just pull the carb back enough. Doesn't look that simple. It almost looks like you have to remove that bracket right there. Looks like the nuts are on the underside. Wonder if it'd be easier to just pull it out at this point. Okay, well, might be pulling on the throttle cables to try to get it back. It's like almost there. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a bitch, but there it is. Let's go ahead and crack it open. So if it was kind of that hard to get it out, it's probably going to be just as hard to get it back in. So it's these vent hoses right here that are kind of holding it back, but should give us enough access to get these three screws out right here. Take one. There's two. And then one more back here. There we go. Looks like our hose fell off. So let's see what's going on with the fuel. Oh wow, that looks pretty bad. Like really bad, huh? Oh yeah, Oh yeah, the float's completely seized. So that's it right there. Supposedly this was a new carburetor, but it doesn't look like it. So looks like the customer is going to need a carburetor rebuild and a new fuel petcock and a gas tank flush, and I would imagine that should get this thing fired up and going. All right, if we can get authorization, we're going to go ahead and hop right on it.